Okay, so this is going to be a 30-minute session of procrastination. We're going to be doing binge watching, gaming. Ow. Okay, so this is going to be a 30-minute session of procrastination. We're going to be doing binge watching, gaming, doom scrolling, and more. No breaks. We're just gonna avoid the things that we need to do, projects, school, and work. So yeah, let's get started. And 30 minutes, let's begin. Make sure your devices are ready. Your phone. Wait, I guess I'm just gonna use my laptop because I'm using my phone for recording. Make sure your phones and PCs are ready. And let's start avoiding work. First off, YouTube. Okay. Trash. Oh. Wow. Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Shut the frick up. Alright, I found my first bid. First couple of bids. Let's watch them.
Most guys think great conversations just happen, but they don't. In fact, if your conversations ever feel awkward, forced, or like you're running out of things to say, it's because you're missing a very specific structure. And once you see it, you can walk up to literally anyone, anytime, anywhere, and have conversations so engaging they don't want to leave.
Okay. Sure.
Conversations are not about talking, they're about energy exchange. Let me explain. Most guys think the goal of a conversation is to figure out what to say next. So they get anxious and default to questions like, what do you do? Where are you from? How long have you been here? And on paper, that sounds fine, but in reality, that's exactly why your conversations feel forced, because you're treating conversation like information exchange, instead of focusing on the energetic exchange that's happening underneath the surface. Let me show you exactly what I mean.
What are your plans for the rest of the day? You know? Oh, right. Yeah. What kind of food, you guys have?
This is what most guys' conversations sound like. Question, answer, question, answer. There's no emotion, no energy, and no compelling reason for her to stay. Now, watch this.
Excuse me. Hey, sorry. I saw you. I thought you were cute. I wanted to say hi.
Heck nah! Nah. Ain't no way this works. Nah.
Beach adventure. What are you up to? You on a run?
Yeah, I'm just about to head out for a run.
Yeah, you look very put together.
Same environment, same type of girl, completely.
Ain't no
It wasn't
way.
the topic, it wasn't some perfect line, it was the energy underneath. And this is the part that most high-performing guys miss, because they're used to optimizing logic in their career or in their personal life. But attraction doesn't run on logic. I mean, just think about it. You've had conversations where you talk about absolutely nothing, yet somehow it felt fun, easy, and you didn't want it to end. But you've also had conversations where you said all the right things, asked all the right questions, and it still felt dead. The only difference between the two is your energy. Because truthfully, it's not about the words, it's about how the interaction feels to the girl. The goal is to create an emotional experience, something that actually feels different from every other boring interaction she had that day. Because when a conversation feels good, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You won't remember 80% of the boring small talk during an approach, a first date, or even just a casual conversation. But you will remember the overall vibe, feeling, and energy that that person made you feel. And understanding this is the key to fixing the real problem, which is the way you approach conversations in the first place. Most men approach conversations like some sort of transaction. There's always something they're trying to get, a number, a date, the girl's approval, or worst case, they're just trying to run away and avoid awkwardness. And the second you do that, the conversation is dead on arrival, because now you're not connecting with her, you're just managing the outcome. Every word becomes overly calculated. Oh, say the right thing so I can get the desired result. It's subtle, but it makes the entire interaction feel forced and unnatural. Just take a look at how this mentality plays out in conversation.
Excuse me. I had to say hi because I thought you were cute. What's your name?
Nah. This video's making me. No. It don't work like that. No.
Guys from here?
Ain't no way.
Okay, you're just visiting around. What are you doing? Before I go, I have to reach you. Is there any way I can add you on Instagram? Or?
I have a boyfriend. Thank you.
Oh, okay. me
And
this
I'm
is the
sure you
wrong
can
one.
feel the transactional nature of that interaction just by watching it through the screen. And if you're someone who struggles with this and you want to fix it to avoid sounding like a people pleaser, you need to stop walking into conversations thinking, I need to say this for her to like me. You want to instead approach conversations with the mindset of, do I even like her? And am I interested in her energy and what she's saying? That one shift changes everything, because when you're trying to be
Alright, okay. Don't forget to drink water, guys. Even in procrastination, we still need to be hydrated. Always drink your water.
like, you filter everything you say and you become a sanitized robotic version of yourself. But when you're deciding if you like her, you're not afraid to be yourself and you say what you actually think. There's no pressure to impress her. You're actually listening and you get that magical feeling when the conversation just flows.
Still recording? No.
Take a look at how I do that in this conversation. Where do you like to go out? Why do you laugh and give me that look?
She's the expert. We always get that question and we always have like the same answer. So that's why it's like funny because we always say the same. And like we like to go to
The box, Socialista, Paul's. That little sister's kind of a red flag. So notice how when I ask the question, my body language, my energy, and my facial expression is in that evaluation frame. I'm subtly implying that her answer is going to tell me something interesting about her, and that will help me decide how interested I am. This one shift alone removes the anxious pressure that evaluation frame. I'm subtly implying my body language, my energy, and my facial expression is in that evaluation frame. I'm subtly implying that her answer is going to tell me something interesting about her, and that will help me decide. Question, my body language, my energy, and my facial expression is in that evaluation frame. I'm subtly implying that her answer is going to tell me something interesting about her, and that will help me decide that that little sister's kind of a red flag. So notice how when I ask the question, my body language, my energy, and my facial expression is in that evaluation frame. I'm subtly implying that her answer is going to tell me something interesting about her, and that will help me decide how interested I am. This one shift alone removes the anxious pressure that 99% of men face in everyday conversation. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, that makes sense, but I still don't know what to say in real life conversations, that's exactly where most high-performing guys get stuck. Because knowing what to do doesn't automatically give you a system you can execute under pressure. That's why inside of my private consulting, that's saying what percent of men face in everyday conversation. And if you're watching this thing alone, remove something interesting about her, and that will help me decide how interested I am. This one shift alone removes the anxious pressure that 99% of men face in everyday conversation. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, that makes sense, but I still don't know what to say in real life conversations, that's exactly where most high-performing guys get stuck. Because knowing what to do doesn't automatically give you a system you can execute under pressure. That's why inside of my private consulting, I show you exactly how to navigate dating and to attract your conversations that are costing you opportunities right now. So if you want to install this exact system into your daily life and start approaching and dating model quality women, then click the first link in the description below and apply to work with me. Now, after seeing a few of these interactions, you'll notice a common theme. And that theme is the reason that a lot of guys feel like they can run out of things to say, because most guys think the way to keep a conversation going is to just ask more questions. And it kind of makes sense, right? If the conversation is dying, you just ask something else. But that's actually the fastest way to kill it, because the more questions you ask back to back, the more the conversation starts to feel like an interview. And no one likes to be interviewed because it feels high pressure, stressful, and boring. So instead of just asking more questions, follow this one rule, and that is go deeper or go different. Here's what that means. Instead of asking boring stuff like, oh, what do you do for work? How long have you been doing it? Do you like it? You instead flip the entire frame of the conversation, because that type of rapid fire surface level question and answer is not a conversation. It's just information exchange. If you instead go deeper on that topic, it means you stop focusing on the actual facts and start focusing on the reason behind them. So instead of asking something like, what do you do? You should instead ask something like, oh, interesting, what made you want to study law? You don't seem like the type of girl who would...
Let's practice. Hey, how you doing? Oh wait, sorry. Sorry if I bothered you in your procrastination. I'm trying to practice what this guy is telling me. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. Okay. Hey, how are you? Oh, you're fine. Huh. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Alaska. That's far. How did you get here? Okay. No, I'm here. And, I gotta go. Goodbye. And then I walk away. Is that good? I don't know. Okay, back to procrastination.
Is to become a lawyer. I actually asked a girl that recently on a date, and instead of giving me a boring answer, she actually told me a lot about her background and her family story that was really interesting and gave me more insight into her character and how she thinks about the world. She told me about how her parents were immigrants, how they pushed her to go to college. She was the first person in her family to go to college, and how her dad always wanted to be a lawyer. Now, think about the difference. That one question turned a surface level answer into a deep actual life story. Now, going deeper like this doesn't always make sense because the conversation can sometimes start to feel a little too heavy, or the conversation starts to stall. This is typically where you want to go different. Instead of asking another question that follows up on what you talked about, you instead make a statement, you share an opinion, or you make an assumption. Take a look at this interaction, pay attention to how I do that.
Yeah, I came in for my studies last year. So.
Finance, marketing,
Fine.
I don't know. I'm trying to guess.
That's crazy. I never got that.
You're German, so
Uh-huh.
you and her. And every time you reference one of these moments, you're building upon a shared context that only going. So they keep talking, keep asking, keep filling every silence. But sometimes the best way to keep the conversation going is to just let the environment do the talking. This is especially true
Of
for
course.
first dates when you're in a good romantic setting. A lounge, a coffee shop, a walk, a rooftop, a park. The environment itself can do so much of the heavy lifting, especially when there are things happening around you. But most guys ignore all of it because they're stuck in their heads trying to think of the next line. So instead, just make an observation about what's already happening around you.
Hey. How you doing? What you procrastinating about? Am I being afraid? Hey. Am I on the side? Can you even see me? Hey. What are you procrastinating about? What kind of work are you avoiding? Are you avoiding a project? Yeah, I've been avoiding 3. How many have you avoided? Just 2. Not bad. Not bad. You could do better though. So what do you do to procrastinate? Do you doom scroll? I personally watch Netflix and YouTube, and I play some games, like Roblox and Minecraft. Where are you going? Don't leave this video. We're not done yet. We have 10 minutes left. Stay with me. Stay with me. Sorry. I ruined it. Okay. Still have 10 minutes left.
What did you guys order?
There's a latte with
It's a little basic. I'm kind of judging the drink a little bit. You gotta get something with a little bit more spice. What about you? Did you get something more respectable?
Okay. I'm bored. Next video. Next video.
Listen, you may or may not have ADHD, but if you're chronically overwhelmed by home organization, how to organize your home, how to upkeep systems that actually work for you and can actually be maintained, this video is for you. I myself recently got a diagnosis for ADHD. Fair enough. Pretty much everybody in my family has it.
Shout out ADHD people.
I don't really know what it means to me. All I know is that when I put food in the oven and the bell goes off, the timer goes off, I have a 1.5 second window to decide I'm going to go and get that thing out of the oven. If I resist that 2-second window, it's gone forever. There's no memory, no awareness that I was even using the oven or that I was even trying to eat food until about 6 hours later when the smoke alarm goes off. And that's why I don't cook. Is that ADHD? I don't really know. But let's talk home organization.
Still recording?
I also feel like I've been researching for this my whole life. Long before I got my own diagnosis, people always commented on my videos that my tips, help with your motivation, needs to come from genuine interest or some like cheating hacks to fabricate interest. And ADHD is dopamine driven, not discipline driven. The motivation for people with ADHD to organize, it's not about willpower. It's not about not having enough willpower. So if someone tries to shame you about that, it's not a willpower thing. It's really about interest. It's not about a lack of willpower. So some of the things we're going to talk about here is how to figure out what can be interesting to you about home organization, what can drive you and propel you in a positive way. But before we dive into all the nitty-gritty details, let's all just take a breath, because I can feel people getting overwhelmed. You don't have to do all of these things. If you
Man, why is it so hard to draw circles? It's just circles. They're circles. Why are circles so damn hard? Okay. There you go. Got him.
Am I been on screen? Was I on screen? I think so. Okay, 2 minutes.
Frick. Frick. Whoa! Duh. Fuck. Shot. Man, this game's trash.
You want to watch this video? Let's breathe, baby. And maybe think about one thing, maybe two things, two tips that feel like they resonate with you and feel like they're worth incorporating. And remember, you can quit at any time. I know overwhelm is a big inhibitor of getting organizing done, getting your tasks done. You do not have to do this whole list. And it's up to you to decide if there's one or two that you feel like incorporating. You don't have to do more than that. Let's kick it. So, number one thing to remember is that there's really two parts to home organization. There is the physical setup. Are you going to have clothes storage? Oh,
Yes, I know, it's been 30 minutes. I want to extend. This is not gonna be 30 minutes anymore. I'm gonna procrastinate some more.
Open storage, shelves, boxes, bins, baskets, tags, etc. The stuff, but then there's also the systems you have for maintaining order. When I walk in the door, I immediately know I need to put my phone and my keys in the same place. The systems for maintaining order also need to be systems that are easy for you to maintain, okay? So a couple of tips that are going to hit both the physical setup, the stuff, and also the system for your ADHD brain. Number one, I want you to lean into your natural tendencies. I know all the ADHDers out there have someone in their life who's tried to come in and impose an organization system on you, has told you, this is how you label things, this is where you put things, this is how I do it. And if their brain doesn't work the same as yours, those systems are going to be completely unhelpful because it's working with their natural tendencies and not yours. So you want to pay really close attention to what your natural tendencies are. We're going to work with those, not against them. The whole point is to eliminate friction here, not build more of it. I know a lot of ADHDers, what's a better way to say that? Attention, whatever. I know a lot of ADHDers swear by needing to spread out. I think this is a big ADHD thing, is needing to have everything spread out on a surface so you can see it. Filing cabinets often don't really do the job, but a large tabletop where I can just spread out all my piles of various papers.
It's true.
That really does it for me. And that's why I prefer to work at a large dining table instead of a desk. I need the spread. I need all my piles out here, and I'm here with all my piles, and everything's okay. So if you're trying to force yourself to make filing cabinets work and it's just not working, I think it's okay to accept I need a spread. My filing cabinet is the surface spread, okay? And find the place that you can designate to do your spread, because I know we all like that. And having your designated spread surface is very different than having the spread all over your home. You know, I think it's all about compromise. Knowing that I do my spreads over here on this countertop or on this desk or on this dining table. That's where I like to do my spreads, and I'm just someone who's always going to do her spreads, and that is okay.
Okay, I'm done. So that has been a 30-minute session of procrastination. I hope you procrastinated well. You avoided your duties and your jobs and your work and your school and your everything. And why are we doing this? I don't know. It's fun. Do whatever you want. Not gonna stop you.